What's going on, guys? Trainer Tobes here with you. Alright, so today we have a different kind of video. I'm going to show you guys cards that are going into PSA and then cards that almost made it to the list of PSA, and I'll explain why these ones didn't. You will see prices on a couple of these because I haven't switched sleeves yet. Partially because either A, I tried to sell them at my last card show, or they're going to be sold at the next card show. So I'll tell you which at each one. So real quick, we're going to go through the cards that almost made it through. So we've got two Gardevoir EXs, both out of Generations, if I remember correctly. Both I pulled myself, and both of these would have actually decent value if they were to pull at 10. The only problem is, so here, we'll start with this one. So off-center, left to right, and I think top to bottom in the back was an issue. Top to bottom in the front is actually okay. Which I always think that's interesting how that happens, but in the back you can definitely tell there's like an angle here, and then still left to right as well. So I think it's just going to be too off-center to get the 10. A 9 is basically $15 more. If I remember correctly, I don't remember the exact value, but I think it was $15 more if it were to pull a 9, so there's really no point in me grading it because the fee would just eat that up plus a little bit more. So really no point in me grading this card. Next card is going to be that Gardevoir EX. Same basic concept. I think the 9 would also pull, and actually this one's centering is okay, still off top to bottom and a little left to right. I think it would actually be okay. It would be close to the 9, but then my other concern is on this corner right there. You can see that little nick on the card. I think that would pretty much just put it over the edge to at least a 9. So no point in sending this in once again. No value to gain from going to a 9. My Magneton I pulled myself, a cool card, non-hollow. Centering is pretty much perfect. I think it's a slightly off top to bottom, but I think it would still pull a 10. But once again, value's just not quite there on it. So decide against it. This is the card I really wanted to send in. And there's still a slight chance. I'm actually debating this card still. I think it's just too off-centered, top to bottom. Mainly in the back is my concern. To front, it's definitely off, but not a crazy amount. When you go to the back, though, this looks glaringly obvious to me from top to bottom. And so, to me, it's not worth the risk as of now, but we'll see. This Flareon EX card, which is awesome. I love it. Definitely want to get it graded. Not going to. I pulled this card myself, also from Generations. Off-center, top to bottom, and a little bit of damage. I don't know if you guys can really see that to the top of the card right there. That's how I pulled it. It's a slight damage, even one that they may not notice, but that top to bottom centering and even left to right isn't great either, but left to right is probably fine all in all. But on the back, once again, more obvious on the back, top to bottom though, so I just think it just won't pull it. My Mew I pulled, once again, centering is the issue on this card. Top to bottom is the concern. Left to right is also a slight concern, but not crazy bad. Top to bottom on the back is actually okay. Left to right is still the issue for me. I want to send it in, but no value in it getting a 9, so probably not going to do it. Sylveon VMAX. This card is a beauty out of the trainer gallery. Raw $32. This card is actually a card I'm probably going to sell. Once again, that actually, I don't know what that is. That is on the sleeve, not the card itself. The card itself is clean. I just believe its centering is too far off. You can see the top to bottom is an issue, angled. So I just think wouldn't pull a 10. All right. So, first card up, the Moltres non-hollow. So, the Moltres non-hollow. Raw is, I think, roughly around $8 to $10 or something like that. Maybe even $6. Oh, no, it's $5. Sorry, I apologize. $5 raw. But I do believe this could pull a 10. Centering is pretty much on point. I did pull this myself. Card has no blemishes around the edges that I can see. It's a very clean card. So this card's going in. A 10 would be a $92. A 9 would be $28. And then an 8 would be 16. So definitely, at the minimum, we would want to pull a 9, which you'll find in most of these cards. But I think it'll pull the 10. So next card up is going to be the Charizard VMAX Shiny from Shining Fates. I believe this card will get a 10. Centering is pretty solid. Slightly off center, top to bottom, I think. But overall, I think it's going to be within parameters. No blemishes that I can see. It's always kind of hard, I think, on these shiny portions of the edges to slightly miss something, especially if it's in the front of the card. So this Charizard VMAX is 83 raw. 10 would bring it up to about $153. 82 for a 9, 72 for an 8. Truth be told, I'm not going to lie to you. I would leave it actually at a 9. If it got a 9, if it was an 8, I'd probably just crack it open and see what happens and try to sell it raw. Actually, I probably wouldn't even sell it because I love this card and it's a really hard card to pull. So, and I pulled this myself. So all these cards are cards I actually pulled myself as well. So, next card up. So as you'll see, I actually sold one of these at a card show about 4 months ago, for $75. I had a second one. I've pulled 4 of them if you guys don't know. I've sold 2 of the 4 already. So here's one of them. As a matter of fact, the next card is also the Giratina. Both of these, I believe, will pull a 10. Centering's good on both. A little bit on this one favoring, I think, the top side, but still, I don't think it's bad. A little left-right as well, but I think it's fine. So at the time of that card show, it was $75. This card now, raw, just raw, is $136 raw. So $233 for a 10, $79 for a 9, and a $60 for an 8. Well, I can tell you right now, if I got a 9, I'm just going to crack it out of the case and sell it. Sell one of them. I mean, it's very simple as that because there's no reason. It's just not worth it at that point to keep it as a 9, personally. And I don't believe either of these would get a 9. I do believe they'll both get a 10. So once again, let me know what you guys think. So I'll show you guys each card up close too. Like that way you guys can kind of see what you guys would, if you guys think I'm missing something, or if you guys think it'll probably pull a 10 as well, or what grade do you guys think these are going to pull? Let me down below. All right, next card, the Lugia V Alt Art. A beautiful card. Once again, a card I pulled myself. Raw, 210. This card is pretty on point in centering as well. A little bit top to bottom off, but overall I think it's fine. I think it should definitely be in parameters. Clean as far as I can see. When I pulled it, beautiful card. So 138 raw, or I'm sorry, what did I say? The Lugia is 210 raw, 460 in a 10. 218 in a 9, so I would leave it. 116 in an 8. Once again, one of those cards where if you pull the 8, it's almost worth just cracking it open and reselling it again. Don't know, like the card. Don't think it'll get an 8. I definitely think the worst will get a 9. Once again, unless there's like massive scratches on these cards that I don't know about. But once again, I pulled these all myself, so they should be pretty clean. The Glaceon VMAX. I pulled this card when I first started recollecting Pokemon. Didn't know anything about it at the time. Didn't know how special it was. As a matter of fact, I don't even think I had it in a full card saver sleeve. I think I just had it in a loose penny sleeve. Good condition. There is, I wouldn't say warped to it, but there is a slight, it's not a bend, slight curve, we'll say. It's not actually on the card. There's no crease in the card. You can see because it's right here. There's no crease. Centering is a little off, but overall pretty solid. I actually almost sold this card at the card show. Someone wanted it, and I hedged at the last second on selling it for $150. Good thing I did, because this card now, and some of these cards have shot up crazy this month, like absolutely crazy. So like this is one of the cards that shot up. So $150 3 months ago. It's now $235 raw. Okay, $235 raw. $340 in a 10, $132 in a 9, $110 in an 8. Once again, I think the worst this card would do is a 9. I definitely think it will pull. This is the one I'm kind of iffy on just because I'm just concerned. But I think it'll pull a 10 as well. So we'll see. I've never sent in cards to PSA, so this was a learning process for me. So we'll see if it was worth it. We'll see if I ever do it again after this. All right, the next card. We're getting close to So these next three are actually huge. Actually, this card right here, the second to last, is actually going to be the card worth the most if it pulls a 10. But my favorite card is actually the last one we're going to do. So, the Giratina V Alt Art from Lost Origins. So this card right here is raw. It's going to be $478 raw. 10, it's going to be $848, $412 for a 9, $289 for an 8. Once again, if you pull an 8, might as well just open it, sell it. It'd be worth it. This card is slightly off-centered, just like the itty-bittiness of the left to right to me. Once again, not a card expert, so I don't know, but I believe there's also slight off-centering here. But I think it'll still pull a 10. I think it's close enough that I think it's worth sending in. This one is slightly of a risk once again, but I still think it's one of my favorite cards. I pulled it myself recently. I think within the last month I pulled it, so would be a huge hit. Now this is the big one. We're gonna look at the back real quick. So the back is solid. This is a Wizard of the Coast card. It is a vintage card. If you watched videos in the last month, you will probably know what this card is and why it is such a big deal. Clean all the way through. Pulled it myself once again. And the moment of truth is my Lapras Holo First Edition. Now, print lines are always a concern. I don't see any obvious ones. There might be one right here. I couldn't tell, and then another one right here, but I think they're close enough. Centering is on point. Holo looks great. Card is clean. Beautiful card. This card in a 10. So raw, it's $82. I can sell this card right now for $82, which the pack is worth $300, so we'll never do that unless the card was like damaged. In an 8, this card is worth $78. In a 9, this card is worth $194. So doubling the money. A little bit more than double, but basically doubling. In a 10, this card is worth $3.3 thousand. I do believe this card will pull a 10. I will be shocked if it doesn't. I think the reason why it wouldn't is because, once again, of a print line that I'm just not able to see. But centering-wise, this card looks on point. By far will be the most valuable card I have if it pulls the 10. This is the most valuable card I have at the moment as it stands. It's actually not true. I lied. The Giratinas are. The Giratina Alt Art is the most valuable card. But this is my favorite card. Which I was surprised the Giratina actually tops this one. I apologize. But my Rayquaza VMAX. The big boy of all big boy pulls to me personally. The Giratina is, of course, amazing. I mean, I love that artwork. It's cool. And I pulled in the gold on everything. So, I do like that card a lot. But here it is. My Rayquaza VMAX. I pulled myself and almost lost it. Slightly off center, I think, top to bottom. Just slightly. But I still think it could be within parameters. We'll see. A little left to right as well. But once again, I still think it could be within those parameters. We'll see. But this is definitely a card I'm hoping will pull the 10. It is. This left to right here is my concern, actually. I am concerned that's going to pull the 9. I really am. But I want this card graded really bad in the hopes of it getting a 10. So we'll see. Who knows? But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Especially this card. Because I do think this could pull the 9 just because of that centering right there. But on the back, it looks so much better. So it doesn't look so bad. So I'm hoping they'll kind of take the consideration and be like, oh, are my eyes deceiving me? We'll see. But those are the cards. What is that? A total of 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. So 9 cards going into PSA. I'm actually going to ship them out tomorrow. And hopefully I will have them back within a month. I think the normal time right now is 45 days. I've heard, though, they're rocking and rolling through grading right now. And so hopefully even sooner. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's any you guys completely disagree with, or if you guys agree with me too, let me know. I want to know what you guys think of these cards. So, and if you think there's a card from this stack I should send in, let me know. and I'll take another look at it, and we'll see. Have a great rest of your day, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more video and content like this, let me know. I can do more videos similar to this where we're going through cards and stuff. Have a great rest of your day. See you next time.